Okay, so I saw my therapist today, which was good. And we talked about like the fact that the traumatic things in our life or the really fucked up things in our life that like make us angry or in any other way upset. Like there's the idea from rational emotive behavioral therapy, the first and mostly in CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, because RABT therapy was the first form of cognitive behavioral therapy. I probably just lost half the audience. Anyway, so there are two types of therapy: Freudian psychoanalysis and cognitive behavioral therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy is the predominant form of therapy used today. And at the core of cognitive behavioral therapy is the idea that you choose how to react to things. No one makes you sad, no one makes you angry. You they take an action, they don't force you to feel anything. The way you interpret their action determines your emotions. But certain things aren't like that. Like cognitive behavioral therapy was created by taking the ideas of Stoicism, where the underlying idea is nothing is neither good nor bad, but thinking makes it so. Let me repeat that. Nothing is neither good nor bad, but thinking makes it so. So nothing is like objectively bad or good. It's all about how you think about it. And that works. Like if you're trying to deal with like irrational thoughts like no one will ever love me or every human being I meet is a complete idiot and toxic or something, then you need to look at those thoughts, challenge them, prove that they're wrong, and replace them with a rational thought. You know, for example, if no one really loves me, no one will ever love me. Like you can prove that okay, these people obviously love me, and this person I was in a relationship loved me, and this person I was in a relationship loved me, so I am lovable. And I loved someone who loved me back, who was a really, really good person, and who I had a really healthy relationship with, and I ended it because I was an idiot, and she was really good for me, and she truly loved me. So I had the type of love I wanted, but I let it go because I was immature and stupid. And there's, if I get my shit together, I can definitely find a love like that again, a really rewarding form of love with like someone who is honestly too good for me. The woman that I marry has to be the type of woman where I say she's too good for me. You know, obviously it won't be objectively true, but she has to be the type of woman where I can say that and people understand what I mean when I say that. Like she's so good that I didn't think I'd ever be able to be with someone who's this great, coming from where I came from and overcoming what I had to overcome. But that actually makes you a much deeper person. And I think in for ideal parenting, you want someone who came from a good family and from out the gate had a great life and learned valuable principles and had guidance and had mentorship and had words of encouragement and had a great life, and you have someone who came from an a place where there was love but where it was more complicated, a family situation that was kind of messy, and but who's grown and doesn't it took away the right lessons from that upbringing, found the love that was there, and then evolved past that through metacognition, through thinking about thinking, through broadening one's worldview and becoming a better person as a result of the things that you went through instead of letting them make you a worse person. And I've always chose to try to become a better person because of the tragedies and travesties and conflicts and all the unfortunate events that I've encountered and unfortunate situations I've been in. I choose to derive wisdom from them, life lessons. I even have a life lessons journal where I write down everything that's where I write down all the lessons I learned from mistakes I made and from bad things that happened to me, bad things that just happened in life. And I keep building that life lessons journal. It's getting longer and longer. It's like over 100 items long now, over 100 lessons long, 100 lessons long. I have over 100 life lessons in my life lessons journal. And I'll continue to grow. And I go back and I read that life lessons journal when I'm on top of things. When I'm, putting out my life planner every day, I read my life planner from front to back. I read my life lessons journal and I read my good ideas journal every single day and add to it, revise it, and so on and so forth. And those are my North Stars. And those are what guide me to a life of greatness. And I'm trying to get back to that. And I'm working my life planner, but I haven't printed it out yet. I'm not totally 100% on top of it yet. But I was in a coma until like yesterday. And yesterday I finally realized like I hadn't been thinking, I hadn't been writing, I hadn't been journaling, I hadn't been speaking my mind, I haven't been exploring things. I just shut down, stopped feeling my emotions, and just kind of floated through because what happened, what transpired between me and my father. And I think that was it. I'm not completely sure. It's hard to say if that was the catalyst or just like part of the catalyst that brought me to not feeling confident and happy anymore. But I think it was one of the main catalysts, a primary catalyst. And there may have been other things too that got in my way as well, but they weren't as much of a factor. So that was, I'm 100% sure that was the primary reason looking back at it. Because prior to that, I was confident and I was building a new identity as a confident man who wasn't meek, but instead was assertive instead of being, you know, conflict avoidant and letting people walk all over me. But I kind of have to just be meek with my father because, like, what's the point of driving conflict? Like, my therapist said, like, what is there anything you could possibly say to him that would make him think, oh my God, what I've been doing my entire life has been wrong? Um, I've been, you know, my whole worldview and the way I've been parenting for the last, how many decades has been completely wrong. Like, is there anything I could say to him that would make him reflect on his ideas in regards to how he treats you? And it's like, no. And do you think he thinks about, like you do, his life and how to become a better person? And I'm like, no. I mean, it's not something that preoccupies a lot of his time. I think he's happy where he's at. Like, he's found a way to function that works for him and is fairly stable. And he's not looking to improve. I think he likes where he's at. And there's love. Like, he loves me. And my mother loves me too. I'm very lucky because, like, it's my father doesn't come from a place of maliciousness. He comes from a place of insecurity and, emotional dysregulation, but a place of love. And my mother and papa both love me. That's why I'm a decent human being. And what and I went through some shit that could have had me turn out like a terrible human person, terrible human being. Oh my god. Um, but I chose to take away the lesson that I want to help people because the reason I had a savior complex is that I wanted to be, because when I was younger and I was going through some fucked up shit, I wanted someone to come and help me and be there for me and listen to me and understand my emotions and provide me words of encouragement and provide me love. Um, and so I did that in my relationships, but I learned that, like my therapist said, that if you're gonna help someone, you gotta help them in a structured way, like the way he helps someone in his career, or you help people through, like a mentoring program, Big Brothers Big Sisters. And it's just like there's a mentoring program at my local gym. It's not part of Big Brothers Big Sisters, but they're pretty close to the channels, which is kind of like the hood around here. Free housing. I mean, not free housing, government subsidized housing. A lot of kids from the channels come over to the boxing gym and they help change their lives by being there for them. Like, they take them to fights, they take them out for dinner, they just talk to them about their life and what they're going through and their decision making and their future, what they want out of their future, and like they end up becoming like police officers and freaking Air Force pilots instead of like drug addicts. All because they have like people there, they have mentors, they have role models that are helping them sort shit out, helping them overcome the bullshit and get on the right track in life and pursue a meaningful journey through to a type of life that they want and a career that they want that's fulfilling. I wish I would have had that when I was growing up, but that's something I can provide to younger men that are struggling. You know, there's never enough mentors, and there's always enough people who need mentorship. That's the problem. So be part of the solution. So that's something I want to be a part of as soon as or maybe I should just do it now because maybe doing that would help me create more structure in my life. Because being of service is one of the best ways to take your mind off your own problems, and it's one of the most rewarding and fulfilling things you can do. So maybe I should just get involved in the mentorship program now because that would motivate me to get my life in better order so I could be an even better mentor to those young men. Like, oh, I need to get my shit together so I can like set an example for these guys that it's never too late. And no matter what you've been through, and no matter what your circumstances are, you can always turn your life around. I can serve as an example for them, and that could help motivate me. So I'm gonna seriously consider that. I just thought of that now. Like I thought before, like no, I get my shit together first, and then I can be a mentor. How about become a mentor now, and then that'll help motivate me to become a mentor. Little things like that, like are what John helped me say. Like sometimes I have these presuppositions or these assumptions I have about certain things, and then they need to be questioned because it's like, why do I think that? Is it valid or is it just an assumption that isn't completely true? Yeah. Um, and just having someone really listen. Like I want to be able to just a lot of these young men they just want to be seen and heard. Like if very few people actually listen to people. If you actually listen to someone, they will open up to you. If you really listen to them and you really want to know, like you're ready to hear about their story and you find the story fascinating, they will open up to you in ways that you can't even imagine because no one ever really listens to them. And it's so fascinating. And you can save someone's life by doing that. Like someone could be thinking about killing themselves tomorrow, and you say, "Hey, man, what's wrong? You look a little down. Like, what's going on? What's up?" And you just really just sit down and listen to them, and you validate their emotions and you help them direct their thoughts in the right direction. You can save someone's life that way. You know, just being there and being willing to listen and actually caring about what they're saying and what they're going through, and providing words of encouragement. Just being there. It's like we need more of that. I think that we'll end the video for now. I try not to make them too long because I only I have to write the topics that I touch on, and if I make it too long, then it's like, well, I touched on like 20 topics in this half-hour video. Like, which ones do I choose? So I just try to keep them under 15 minutes. And where am I at now? 12 minutes, 12 and a half minutes. So that's good. Um, I probably aim for around 3 50-minute videos a day, and I think that's a good system. That's what I did the first day, and that's what I'll continue to do for now, unless I find a system that works better. So, if you're still watching, thank you for continuing to watch, whether it's you know tomorrow or 2025 or 2026, 2027. Yeah, I appreciate you that you're taking the time to listen to other people's struggles and to relate to them and to learn from them. Um, Hopefully, you're also on a path to self actualization as described by Abraham Maslow. Anyway, take care.